Welcome to the channel, everyone. I'm Skratch. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today we are part of a Hydra challenge, guys. This is hosted by Plarium, and we're here to win it because the winner gets to give some amazing rewards to the community. And I'm here to get you guys the best possible thing on the table, okay? I'm not messing around, so I'm bringing out the big guns. I'm gonna walk you through the rules in just a second, but first, let me tell you what we're fighting for. So, 10 winners, 5 of you guys will get a chance to win 500 gems, a void shard, and an epic tome. 5 of you guys will get to win 500 gems, an ancient shard, and an epic tome. Now, all you gotta do to enter this giveaway, guys, is be a subscriber to the channel. If you want to, you're not obligated. Smash a like on the video. If no, that's perfectly fine. But you will have to drop a comment with your in-game ID. Copy-paste this in-game ID and let me know which one out of the 5 Monster Hunter champions is your most favorite and why. That's all you need to do in order to enter this giveaway. Now, let me just quickly walk you through the rules. The difficulty for Hydra Clan Boss will be set to Nightmare, guys. That's what we are going to fight. Hydra Nightmare, and the rules are the following. Create a Hydra-orientated team featuring Rathalos Blademaster and or Zinogre Blademaster if you can. I haven't summoned her, so we're not going to use her. Plus, she's not really a Hydra champion. The faction and rarity of other champions doesn't matter. You cannot use duplicate champions, and you can't use the classic combo champions, Tranda and Yumeko. I wonder why they mentioned this in here. Maybe just because they acknowledge that Tranda and Yumeko are broken. But yes, we cannot use that. What we are actually going to use is the team you're seeing on the screen right here, and this is just a bit of a tweak from my regular Nightmare team. So I'm dropping one Acrisia, we're bringing in Rathalos, and I'm not going to bring him increase attack. I would love to bring in Lady Mikage instead of Cardiel. The problem is that I won't be having enough healing to keep my team up and running, so that will cause me issues. No revive on that in case if anything goes wrong. And to Hanorach just won't be enough to get the healing done. But we're gonna go like this without increased attack. We're not gonna need it. We're gonna have increased crit damage. He already has a good amount of attack, so he should be dropping in some decent amount of damage anyway. But we're gonna see what exactly he can do on Nightmare difficulty. I haven't tried him on a Nightmare difficulty, and I'm honestly very curious to see how he will compare with the Mishinaki, how he will compare with an Acrisia. Now, this can be done on auto or on manual, it doesn't really matter, and we have 3 tries. I'm not planning to do 3 tries, I'm planning to go in with the very first try and call it a day after that. This takes a lot of time, you know, and I am trying to win it, basically, you know, and yeah, hopefully we're gonna bring it home. We don't really have any other rules, guys. No dupes allowed. You need to have Rathalos and or Zinogre if you can in the team. I haven't summoned her, so definitely not planning to use her. Now, I'm going to walk you through the builds and everything else that you need to know. The way I'm starting this fight, guys, is by always applying block debuffs. The main thing with Hanorach, if you're using her in your team, going on full auto is going to cause you many problems because that A2 will target probably a head that will have 5-6 debuffs. It's very unlikely for the block debuffs to actually spread to the rest, and that can cause you issues. Now in here, the very first head that I wanna take down is probably the Head of Decay. I really wanted to use the Nargigante Archer instead of Krisk, but unfortunately the affinity is just against it, so I cannot use it in this rotation because of the magic Head of Decay, and that's a bit of a problem. Now Mishinaki, guys, Mishinaki is an absolute beast of a champion, and I'm gonna show you a couple of things with him because I feel like it's very important to target the right head with the rest of the champions just so Mishinaki's passive can ramp up more damage. Now, I haven't even realized that my Acrisia is faster than him actually, so we lost a bit of damage there because we applied defense down a bit too late, but that's fine. So with Rathalos, I want to open with the A2, have that actually, no, I don't even want to open with that because it's the 5 hits. This is on a 3-turn cooldown. I'm actually going to open with the A3. AoE bang. We already have the buffs from Cardiel, you know, so it doesn't matter. To start with directly, we're not really going to have a spot on a mischief target, unfortunately. Now from here on, now that I landed the Hex, I'm going to take the Head of Mischief down. I want to drop the Head of Mischief down before the Head of Decay will get to take a turn, just because I want to drop the turn meter and be able to provoke it again, so he's never going to cleanse, you know. But a decreased speed, hopefully, we're gonna try to get that done. So right now we're gonna set our mischief target a bit better. The first turn we have no chance, just for the simple fact that we need to provoke, you know. 8-2, 224k hit, decent hit. I don't think we're gonna be able to especially with the provoke on my Acrisia. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to take it down, but that's fine. Let's actually put that block buffs back on it again. So the Head of Mischief has an ally protection right now. It doesn't really matter. We can actually remove that while we're placing Hex with Mishinaki. A decreased speed maybe. I do have my Krisk on a cursed set, you know, on a curse set, so I can actually land Hex, which is very, very helpful. So we have 6 million damage. It's not the craziest damage per turn, honestly, but we should be doing more and more and more. Now I will be doing a bit of a hybrid here and there. I won't be fully manualing this run because it's going to take a lot of time, but I'm gonna try to at least set up one good run for a Rathalos to pump in some serious damage, you know. So that's the main goal to try and do here. Maybe for that I'm supposed to leave the Mischief Head alive. So let's see the first hit. I haven't actually saw the damage on here, and we're definitely supposed to crit. I'm not even sure what happened there with the A2. We're supposed to see some big numbers, I think. No, that's supposed to be the 5th hit with him, or that was just the 4th maybe. But either way, I haven't seen a crit hit. Too many small numbers that kind of like distracted my my eyes. That's fine. That's fine. We should be able to set another one in a second. So let's. The Head of Suffering will get us a lot of damage once we're gonna put that defense down back on him with Mishinaki. But I'm waiting for that to happen. So let's see. Okay, I think that was a 900k on that decapitated head, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what I saw there. So the trick with Mishinaki, for example, because we are doing a bit of a guide on the entire team while we're running it. You want to target the squishiest head in here. If you do that, when he's using his passive, when the passive procs, so you want to target the squishiest head with all the rest of the champions. Because when his passive procs, he will get to deal a lot of damage with his basic skill on that enemy. And that will bring you a lot of damage in, you know. With the enemy max HP, you always want to target the heads that have the highest HP, so you get more damage. In this case, it's the Head of Suffering, and you're getting a lot of damage per hit from there, you know. So let's go A1 in here. 440k with Rathalos, beating a bit the damage from Acrisia. I like seeing that. Let's buff a bit in here, increase defense. We have some decreased speed. Let's try to take that head down. Even though we are getting some weak hits, it's fine. Right here, I'm going to go for the Head of Suffering to try and get that down. The reason why I'm trying to get it down is because if I'm going to keep it down for a long duration of time, Acrisia will maximize the damage. So the plan is drop that head down, after slowly kill the Head of Mischief and drop the turn meter again on the Head of Suffering. That will help me to keep the Head of Suffering decapitated for a longer duration of time, which overall will increase my damage. Right now, again, I'm going to go A2 on this decapitated head. So we have 2 million damage. 2 million damage. You know what? He's not messing around. Who do you need increased attack? No, you don't. No, you don't. 2 million damage is more than enough for me. 2 million damage is more than enough. Right now, what I'm going to try to do is to put block buffs. Now, hear me out. If I'm going to let it go on any of the heads that is not a Mischief, I have a very high chance at spreading something else rather than the block buff. So I'm going to target Head of Mischief at a risk here anyway. But the problem is that no matter what I'm doing, the risk of not spreading the block buffs is going to be imminent. So I'm going to try to hit the Head of Mischief Hopefully we get lucky. We haven't, but we got lucky with the block buffs transfer and an HP burn from the head of Rat, which is very good. So turn 17, 29 million damage. Slowly, we are starting to double our damage in here, guys. More or less, you know, that's kind of like what you want to see. And from here on, all I'm going to do is focus the head of suffering. You see, 514k per enemy max HP hit. Look at that again, bang. And the more of this we're getting, the better. The more of this we're getting, the better. So that's why I'm trying to drop the head of mischief slowly as well. So I'm gonna target the head of mischief with every other champion except Acrisia, you know. Hopefully, most of them will get the job done. I do need to land Hex on it because it seems like I don't have it for the moment, and that's a bit of a problem. Not only that will be helpful. Right now, I'm gonna have issues with a mischief target anyway because I had to provoke. Luckily, we landed that Hex right now, so hopefully, we are going to get it sorted. I can actually spread this, put a bit of more Hex on it, and it's such a high risk to get a weak hit against the head of mischief with the A2. So I'm actually gonna use the A1 instead. 60k hit, not the best. Right now I'm gonna go just A3 straight on the head of mischief. Drop the turn meter on the rest of them. You see, I have the head of suffering again at 0 turn meter. Before was on full turn meter. Almost ready to spawn again. Maybe a different head, of course. But like this, I'm gonna recover my provoke again before the head of decay will get a chance to cleanse or anything else. So I'm gonna be in a much better situation. And like this, I'm just ramping up the damage. You see, my damage is actually ramping up. We're almost doubling the damage per turn, which is the main thing that we want to achieve in here. So we're gonna go with the A2. 2 million damage on a decapitated head. And we got some weak hits on the spirit ones, unfortunately. Again, this rotation is not the most favorable one for Rathalos, but we're trying to get the best that we can. I'm supposed to use that A1 from Mishinaki on a different head, you know. There we go. If you're manualing, guys, around like this, again, it will cost you because Chris will use the provoke. Like before I had a provoke available, my intention was not to use it, was to save it. But of course, Chris will not really give a damn about what I think and what I want. He doesn't care about my feelings, okay? So he was gonna use the provoke anyway. But right now we saved it. Same with Tuhanarak. I don't want to spread the buffs just yet, so I'm gonna play it a bit auto and manual at the same time. We have the Head of Torment out. I want to target the Head of Suffering at least for Acrisia for the moment. Then for the rest, I want to target the Head of Rat, you know? I want the Mishinaki passive to proc on it. 413k with Mishinaki's passive. Rathalos coming in with 630k hit from there. So we are doing a pretty good job. Right now, I would want to put the block buffs, but I don't have it available because I let it go on auto and she already used that. But I'm going to try to use it on that head anyway. Extra turn from her. I actually want to get the head of decay. I thought that we had an extra turn, no? Maybe I missed it. Maybe I missed it and I got that part wrong. No block buffs, unfortunately. Tuha spread the defense down and decrease attack, and this will cost me so freaking much right here. Just because we have two heads that just spawned out, and guess what? I won't have block buffs for the Toxic Cloud. Such a big issue. Now my best chance here would actually be to spread that HP burn later on all of the heads that have the Toxic Cloud. Because there's no way around it because of this. I don't have my Tuhanarak on Relentless, so that will cost me quite a bit. Decent damage right there. Let's try to put the ally protection on. You see, Toxic Cloud. So my best bet now is to go in with Tuha on this decapitated head and pray that I'm gonna have a chance to spread the HP burn and then try to take the heads down slowly. They won't be alive for a long time, you know. The problem is that my Acrisia will soon get devoured. Please spread the HP burn. We spreaded the block buffs now. What a funny thing. What a funny thing. 500k, of course. We had no defense down on the decapitated head, so that will play a bit differently. But we are still doing double the damage per turn, which is good. That's what I'm usually aiming. When I'm doing a Hydra run and I'm trying to get a lot of damage, Hydra Clash now, it kind of like puts us in a spot where we want to get a lot of damage. This is my main goal. As long as I'm seeing double the damage per turn, so turn 33, 76 million damage or more, I'm happy. That means that my team is doing well, you know. Let's actually put a block buffs. Can we spread that HP burn again, please? Okay, we spread HP burn on everybody. We are in a much better situation. The Head of Mischief is out. We're gonna try to put the defense down. I'm gonna try to bait the Head of Mischief against Kriskin here, and I'm gonna ally attack the Head of Torment. I wanna take the head down too because it's so annoying, that fear. Even though I have to Hanorach, she's always cleansing it, you know, but having that head in here is still annoying. I'm not a fan of it. So let's go with the A2 this time around. 228k. I don't think was the 5th hit either, so that will bring a bit of less damage. Ah, man, only if Mishinaki's passive was proccing there. That's fine. We're gonna have to get Acrisia up and running in here. And the next head that I want to take down is the Head of Rat. That's the third best damage for the enemy max HP. And ouch, that was painful. We lost all of those buffs. Now, this is a very dangerous and tricky situation because if I'm dealing a lot of damage against the Head of Mischief, my Krisk is going to die. The reason for it is because the Head of Mischief stole that ally protection. So I want to dodge hitting the Head of Mischief at all costs. At the same time, I want to make sure I have block buffs on the rest, preferably, you know, because it can get pretty risky. I don't really care if they survive. I don't really care that they stole those buffs from me. What I mainly care is to make sure my Krisk doesn't die, so I won't be able to use any crazy AoE damage, you know. That's the main thing. And the dumb thing that I've done was that I actually used Mishinaki's A3 right before that, you know. I'm supposed to keep it. I tend to keep it usually because situations like this happen very often, you know. So that head is down too. Once I'm gonna deal with this situation, you see, if I use this, my Krisk dies. Now I have revive on that on him, so it's not a big deal. I can get him up and running. But usually when this happens on auto, is an issue. On manual, you can control the outcome of all of these things, you know, like there we go. And just like this, he lost them, so we're gonna be able to slowly deal with the Head of Mischief. I want to Hanorach to spread block buffs now. If we can. If we cannot do it, it's fine. And from here on, I just want to take the head down. But first, Rathalos going in with the A2. 321k, sorry. And that's mainly because was not the 5th hit. I'll be very honest with Rathalos and all this for Hydra, man. Like, he does a lot of damage. He does a lot of damage, no questions asked, if you set him right. The main problem that you will have is to keep a counter on when he's actually using the fifth hit. It's very hard to track that. We already asked Palladium to find a way, maybe some sort of display, mini display somewhere next to his kit that tracks it, a small tracker. They said it's pretty hard for it to happen, so I'm not sure if they're gonna make it happen or not. Unfortunately, you know, but hopefully they will do it. I really don't think they will though. I really don't think they will. I really doubt it. So let's target a different head. Not that one anymore. We want to take the head of Decay down because it's pretty annoying now, and we use the provoke right before it spawned because I clicked on auto, and right now we got 3%. We got resisted. So should I use this skill? Yeah, I can use this skill without a problem. I'm gonna go A1 just in case if fear procs. And right now I gotta make sure I have the block buffs. That's why it's kind of like needed to auto manual. You need to keep an eye on the entire run, you know. And my normal team does like a billion damage, and that is a lot of damage. The main thing in here is that you really need to keep an eye on it, and if you're going full manual on it, it will probably take you over an hour, you know. So I'm not really intending to go that crazy today. I don't think I need to, but I'm not intending to go that crazy, you know. I'm really not intending to go that crazy. But at the same time, I want to win. I want to win the best things for you guys, you know. I want to win the best things for you. So we're definitely not gonna, we're not gonna go down easy. Hell no. Hell no. So where are we? 1054, 100 million damage. We are aiming at least 500 million damage. Something that will really put the other guys up for a good fight. Toxic Cloud, reflect damage on there is not really gonna be an issue because they have the Toxic Cloud, so it won't really take a lot of damage. But I would like to be able to spread an HP burn, preferably from here. Maybe let's see. Okay, no, we haven't managed to get that done. You see, because of the Toxic Cloud, reflect damage doesn't affect us, so that's another thing to keep in mind. No need to provoke now. We're gonna try to save that for another time, maybe another time. No point to use Mishinaki's A3 either. We can buff with Tuha. We can use the AoE on him, because why not? We got one of the heads down. 58 turns, 112 million damage. Let's take this one down now. So yeah, the reflect damage will expire together with the Toxic Cloud. But of course, if I kill the head of Blight before that, we're going to take the Toxic Cloud down. So that's when I'm going to have to start paying attention to what I'm doing with the AoE attacks, you know. Which is right about now, because this will get dangerous. And right on time, the Head of Suffering will devour my Krisk. I'm going to keep the ally attack to take my Krisk out quick, without wasting any time. I will have to use Mishinaki's A3 and hope that we're not going to weak hit. Beautiful, so we got that down. He has the shield too, but it doesn't matter. We're just going to break the shield and take Krisk out with this hit. Oh, almost. I thought that hit might take him down. That was only a 240k hit. No weaken, of course, no increased attack. Makes a big difference. The weaken and the increased attack, they are pretty important for a champion like Rathalos. But I really had no room in the team to make it happen. So I want to focus on the Head of Suffering. Take the head down, preferably. The Head of Torment should go down, just in case if the Mischief Head will come out. It will allow me to keep the Head of Suffering decapitated for a longer duration of time, you know. So that's my my main goal. AoE, bang. Okay, so I want to make sure I have that provoke. Okay, Head of Torment down. No more fear on anyone. We can put this, because why not? Block buffs, I'm actually going to keep that for the Head of Mischief whenever he's ready to come out and play. And we got resisted again with Krisk. Something tells me that I might be missing gear on him. And I have no idea that I am. Probably is very likely that I am missing gear on him. Very, very likely. And that's a bit unfortunate. Because we're getting resisted too much, you know. We're getting resisted too much. Oh, he used the A3. I think we're still going to be able to break that shield, though. Okay, not the 5th hit again. You see, that's the problem with Rathalos, unfortunately. Not getting that counter on it to know when to use the A2, when not to use it. I'm not really trying to keep a counter because it's absolutely horrendous to do it. Especially in such a long fight like this one, guys, is a bit too much, you know, is a bit too much. But that's pretty much how the run goes for me, guys. Not really anything crazier than this. I'm gonna save this because the head of Decay is about to cleanse. The Head of Red has increased attack. That's a bit scary. Okay. Provoke. Okay, no. Not resisted this time around. I wish I would have placed the other debuffs now. I'm gonna try to take the head down. Okay, we got resisted again, man. On the defense down. That's so unfortunate. So unfortunate. Okay, the head of Rat is scary. He's about to use both of the skills. He's about to use both of the skills. Okay, he got one. Oh no! I am worried for my Rathalos. Okay, not that big of a deal. Not that big of a deal. I was worried a bit for a second, and I was like, "What's happening? Can we provoke again?" Beautiful. Let's try to take this head down though. The head of decay can be so annoying with the clans, with the thermometer. You know, let's put increased defense and an ally attack. Let it go on auto again, and we're going to target afterwards the head of mischief. Maybe we're gonna have a block buff from Tuhanorak at some point, even though I'm not really counting on it for the moment. Okay. No, she buffed actually, so we don't have that up and running. But we managed to drop a big amount of damage on the head of mischief. The head of mischief stole no ally protection from us. Sorry, so we have the green light to take it down. You know, take it down. Weak hit there from Rathalos. That's fine. So from here on, again, we can basically prioritize the head of decay because that's the second best damage for enemy max HP. And once I'm going to land the defense down, hopefully I'm going to be able to prioritize the head of mischief for Mishinaki, you know, for the rest of the champions, because that's where we're going to get a lot of damage from his passive, you know. So check it out. If he's going to proc, of course. Okay, that was a 376k hit on the other head, but then on the head of mischief is a 458k or a 500k from Mishinaki's A1, and that's all because of the passive, guys. It's all because of the passive. Now I need to swap quick whenever Acrisia's turn comes. Right now we're gonna go on the other head. I'm gonna try to put block buffs, preferably on the head of mischief. I use the A3 with a risk. Hopefully I will have the block buffs. If no, again, it can be a risky situation with the head of mischief here. Extra turn, and this is something that I want to drop on the head of suffering. 400 plus K hit is better than 381. Block buffs on the head of mischief, and we can click auto, and slowly what I'm going to try to do here is to take down the head of suffering first. Then I'm going to move over to the head of mischief. Again, then I'm going to be able to keep the head of suffering decapitated for a longer time and have my Acrisia to hit for 500 plus K per hit, you know. Which is the ultimate goal if you want to bring in a lot of damage. If you want to bring in a lot of damage, you're going to have to do that. Now, right now, I would love to have block buffs on everybody else, because the head of Blight is about to put a Toxic Cloud on everybody. The head of Mischief, how you guys may notice, is about to take a turn and lose the block buffs, and that's going to be an issue. So I'm hoping that to Hanorek, she will have that skill available. Beautiful. Now the main thing is I'm gonna have to attempt to put it on the head of Blight, and we spread block buffs successfully. So now we can focus on the head of suffering, and now we're gonna focus on the head of mischief. We want to take that down and drop that thermometer back from the head of suffering. We lost. Who we got decapitated? Mishinaki. That's fine. Once we're gonna use an AoE from Acrisia, Mishinaki is coming back. There we go. I still want to focus on the head of mischief before the 2-turn count. We just lost that. So right now is actually a bad idea to kill the head of mischief, because we gotta let that thermometer accumulate a bit before we're dropping big damage. But the hex is gonna create us issues anyway. The head of mischief is going to die. If we were able to kill the head of mischief just a little bit faster, it would have been amazing, you know. It would have been amazing. I'm so curious to see the total damage from Rathalos compared to the rest of them. Now, I know champions that have hacks will actually have an increased damage because of all the spread. But I'm very curious anyway to see what sort of numbers we're getting from that. Very, very curious, actually. You see, on the head of Suffering, we're only getting 200k hit with the passive from Ishinaki, which is just not enough, So we want to target Head of Mischief or anybody else with the A1. Anybody else but a Force Head, basically, We swapped just on time for Acrisia. Now we're swapping back to the other one. 220k, yeah. Is definitely not comparing with a better damage. Now, if we're going to put defense down on that decapitated head, we're going to be in a better spot, 225. And let's drop that down. I'm going to try to kill the Head of Blight. I don't want to have the head around. Okay, and do I have block buffs? Please tell me that I do. Oh, I don't. That's going to be a bit painful. So right now I'm going to put 2 more buffs on Krisk, and the rest will gain another buff. Yeah, somebody else will probably be the Mischief target. I have quite a few different contenders in here. Let's see the damage. 800k. This was definitely the 5th hit on the A2, but we had no defense down, unfortunately, which messed up a bit our entire mojo in here with Rathalos. If we would have had that defense down, probably we were gonna get a much better damage. So right now we have that ally protection again on the head of Mischief, which is a dangerous thing. He doesn't have block buffs, so I'm going to attempt to spread block buffs on him, hopefully. So we managed to spread block buffs. The next step for me is to kill the head of Rat, and is to remove all those buffs from the Head of Mischief, especially the ally protection. So in order to do that, I'm going to have to wait for Mishinaki to have the A3 available, which it should be this turn, Okay, he spread all that. Nothing left from him, and there we go. We are ready to rumble from here on, and of course, I will target the Head of Mischief. I want that miserable bugger out of the way. We want that head out of the way. There's so many scenarios with this team when it can go wrong. Now, if I'm gonna start this team on full auto, sometimes with double Acrisia, not even with Rathalos, sometimes I can get 500-600 million damage. Sometimes I can get 19 million damage because I might lose a champion super early on. And you're gonna be mind blown, like, what? What? Can that even happen? But trust me, it can actually happen. So it's a pretty weird situation with this team, Definitely a pretty weird one. Here we are with Decapitated, the Head of Mischief. I'm actually going to target the Head of Rat from here on. I'm getting better damage from enemy max HP, and the rest will still perform pretty well. So the Head of Rat is the 3rd best head to attack with enemy max HP. Once the Head of Suffering is out of the equation, the Head of the Decay is out of the equation. That's the order, Okay, so I was gonna say I need that cleanse from Cardial before I do anything else, Okay. So we are at 222 million damage. We're a bit short on double the damage per turn, but we are in a sweet spot. Okay, a refresh accessory that just procced in there. Now, I want to stop it a second. We're going to have this head spawn in probably a couple of turns. What I'm curious is, do I have a chance to spread block buffs before that? Or no? So I'm actually going to target the other head, the Head of Suffering, so we're getting a bit of damage on him too. I'm not sure who's coming out. I have no block buffs. I was sure that we're going to get this right before the head of Blight is going to buff. I know it's always the same thing, you know. Okay, got a bit of damage. The head of Mischief has the Toxic Cloud right now, which can be pretty annoying. So I'm going to try to put this up and running in here. I'm going to A1 on the Head of Torment. Okay, so we got one hero one hero devoured. I kind of lost myself there for a second. Finally, Krisk is doing the job as a mischief targeting here. Doesn't seem to happen too often. I cannot spread an HP burn right now, so I'm actually going to wait another turn before using that. Maybe I'm going to proc a HP burn on that head right there. And anyway, the Head of Mischief is about to take a turn and lose the Toxic Cloud, so it won't be a threat. And I'm going to try and spread block buffs like this. Beautiful. So we managed to do it. And I'm pretty safe to click full auto. And I'm gonna let him target whatever heroes they want, whatever heads they want to target. Sorry. Let's just hope the Head of Decay is not the next one popping out of here, because I just used the provoke. I just used the provoke. I want to go for the Head of Mischief now that it doesn't have the block buffs anymore, because it's a bit dangerous. That's what causes most of the issues. I thought that might happen. So the Head of Mischief is down though. That's fine. Right now I'm gonna go for the Head of Suffering. I'm gonna put Provoke with Krisk now. Hopefully it's not going to get resisted. I'm so curious if I'm missing the banner on him or not. I tend to move that banner from him to another champion every now and then, and it might just be the case that he doesn't have a banner. It might just be the case, you know. Let's see. Oh, he's not using the A3. Okay, so I kind of like want to take down the Head of Blight. We got a shutdown. You see, we lost 600k damage just by targeting that head instead of the Head of Suffering with Acrisia right now. That's a very costly move right there. Rathalos bringing in some decent damage. I feel like Rathalos is definitely more effective on lower difficulties, you know. 500k damage right there again. The Head of Torment coming back to torment me, as usual, as expected. So what's going to happen right now? The Head of Decay is going to use the A3 on himself if I'm not going to provoke. He's gonna shield. It's not necessarily going to be the biggest issue. It's just going to take us a little longer to deal with him after, you know. Acrisia, come on. Bring that big damage. Bring that big damage. Mishinaki, you do your job as well. Rathalos, put in some work as well. Don't be slacking. Don't be slacking, because we'll kick you out of the team. We'll kick you out of the team. So we are at boss turn count 140, 265 million damage. Decentish. I would say is decentish. Not extremely amazing, but is decent, you know. Of course, there's always room for improvement, you know. Always 2 million damage from Rathalos. As soon as we told him that we're gonna kick him out of the team, he was like, no, please. Please let me stay. Please let me stay. Don't kick me out. I'll do better from here on. And he did better. Okay, the Head of Decay needs to go. We don't want to see you in there. Luckily, we have no Head of Mischief now, so we don't have to worry about it so much. I do want to put block buffs on the Head of Rat, because if he gains increased attack or the reflect damage, that's the next thing that can literally kill your team. And unfortunately, that will happen. So I'm going to have to take the wheel a bit from here and make sure I'm not using that Yeah, make sure we're not using the A3 just yet, because if the passive is going to proc on him and he will put that reflect damage, it's going to be painful. Let's do that. We got block buffs on him. So now we can click, actually, not just yet. Let me just remove the increased attack so I feel safer. Let me just remove the increased attack. Okay, so now we can click on auto again. The head of rat is not an issue anymore. Now we're going to target, of course, the head of oh, that was so dangerous. That was so dangerous. That's why you need Cardial. That's why I cannot drop Cardial out of here, because I need that reviving, man. I need that reviving badly. Revive on that and the healing. The healing is the main thing that I really, really need in here. So I was saying I'm about to target the head of suffering again to try and maximize a bit the damage. But let's make sure we are going to be in a safe situation. Okay, 389k with each one of the hits. Still not too shabby. Let's target the decapitated head. Same with Rathalos. Let's see. 300k. The damage is not very impressive on the heads that are not decapitated, especially that we don't have increased attack and weaken. You know, it makes a massive difference. I'm gonna try to see if I can land a quick cheeky HP burn on the head of Blight before. Yeah, we managed to do that, so we're safer now. Okay, we procced a refresh accessory. Do I need to do anything crazy? Okay, we're good. Autopilot again. The head of rat sometimes, if he crits at the wrong moment, is pretty dangerous. But yeah, let's hope we're not going to be in that situation again. So we're 38 minutes in, guys. Is a long run. That's for sure. I haven't posted such a long video in a very long time, and I feel like it's pretty hard for me to fast forward from here on. What I could potentially do is maybe shut up and just fast forward the entire thing, you know. But then they might say that it's not a legit run, so that's why I'm keeping it. You know, I just want to avoid any drama whatsoever. Please provoke, Risk. Do the provoke, please. Why you're not provoking when we need you to do it, man? Okay, luckily it was just one head left standing, and we are going full speed against the head of suffering to ramp up the damage from the enemy max HP. If I would manual, of course, I would target different heads for the rest of the champions, just so Mishinaki's passive really gets the effect it deserves. But I want to make sure Acrisia's damage is spot on too, you know. If that makes sense. Okay, Brimstone on decapitated heads is a thing that it shouldn't happen. It's a thing that it just shouldn't happen, honestly. Okay, head of mischief. Let's see. We gotta take the wheel again. Okay, we have a mischief target. Let's make sure we're not using the 8-3 with Rathalos, so nothing gets messed up in here. Let's wait just a bit long. I had that feeling that was going to happen. 300k with the A1 on decapitated heads is nice. It's definitely a nice feeling. We're going to go full speed again against the head of suffering. Bring as much damage as possible. And you see the damage jumps pretty well. Why? Wait a second. What happened there? How did I got more buffs on him? I think Risk maybe got an extra turn. That's a shame. Again, you see, you need to keep an eye on this when it happens. It's pretty hard to control the head of mischief like this. I'll be very, very honest with you. It's extremely hard, especially with Tuhanarak. Her passive, the continuous heals from there too is getting so much harder to get that sorted, you know. Okay, I do want to take the head of decay down first. Now I'm gonna let the... Let's see, is he going to spread the damage or he's not? I cannot risk this, because if he's gonna be the AoE, even though it's not such a big deal if it kills my Chris, because I have the revive on that, but I just don't want to lose all the HP and the buffs on him, you know. So let's try this. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so right now we're going to put block buffs starting from the head of Rat. And hopefully that will go to... Oh, the head of Mischief, he didn't. Okay, that's unfortunate. You see, actually, it was an AoE. It was an AoE. But right now, let's go full speed on the head of Mischief. We want to take the head down. How I mentioned, I'm hoping for 500 million damage. No. We lost Krisk, man. Just because I've put it on auto. God damn it. You see what happens? And I had no revive on that on him. As soon as you put it on auto, things go south. Things go south. Definitely not the same outcome. It's fine. We're gonna have to pray for the best from here on with without Krisk, not without Krisk. It's definitely going to be a bit of a different situation. I wish I was going to manual a bit longer, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. We can still make it far away from here without Krisk, but it's definitely going to be a much harder thing to achieve. Okay, so give me those buffs. Okay, so we drop the Terminator on everybody. I feel a bit safer now. Without the ally protection, Rathalos is definitely at a much higher risk to die now. Especially that he's squishier, you know? Squishier than the rest. He's the squishiest champion in here. So if we're taking the head of Rat down, we should be good. The head of Torment deals a lot of damage. The head of Blight can deal a lot of damage too. Like, it's not only the head of Rat that deals a lot of damage in general, you know? Like, all of these other heads, they deal pretty crazy damage too. So let's go on autopilot, target the head of Rat, till somebody else is going to spawn in here. Okay. I should take down the head of Torment too, but it's not such a big threat. We have to hand rack in the team. Every time she's taking a turn, we're going to be safe, you know. Okay, block buffs spread on the head of Suffering. I'm supposed to target that one and pray that Brimstone was going to proc on it. Brimstone is so weak on Hydra. Just in general, man, like, there are only a couple of heads that can really proc both of the turns on Brimstone. And if you have it on an AoE champion, you cannot control on who it lands. It lands on decapitated heads. I really had much higher hopes for Brimstone initially when it was introduced in the game. You know, like, everybody, I feel like they had much higher hopes, and everybody thought that it's going to be like such a powerful blessing, but it ended up in being much weaker than we thought. Don't get me wrong; it can still be very impactful in some situations, but not as impactful as we would like to see it. And the RNG is just horrible. Again, we haven't spread block buffs on the head of Mischief, and again, it's going to create us issues. And yeah, that's how the situation goes. Let's try to drop the buffs rather than gain buffs, you know. Okay, at least we got that. So can we use the A2 here? Let's see. 500k damage. I'll take that. I do have a War Master on him, you know, so that might proc a bit of extra damage. Beautiful. And now full speed on the head of Mischief. Full speed on that bugger, especially that I don't have Krisk now. It's impossible for me to control what he does. I have no resistance on the rest of the team. Krisk was literally the only champion that was able to stop the head of Mischief. Unfortunately, it's not the case anymore. And we want to make sure we are not losing any other champion. The head of Rat came out here again to put us in a bad spot. Let's put block buffs on him. Again, I feel safer now, so we can continue by taking that head down. I want to take the head of Suffering down now. If I reach 400 million damage, I'll be happy with that, you know. Okay. Come on, Acrisia, you can do it. Put your back into it. Nice, nice, nice. Nice. Almost 1 million damage from there. 900k more or less. So once we're going to take the Head of Suffering down, we're going to be able to ramp up more damage with Acrisia, which will bring bigger numbers. Bigger numbers. I was going to say I'm worried for Rathalos there. What I got to make sure is that I have decreased attack on the head of Rat. And that revive on that is going to be on, okay? No provoke, so things are getting much, much harder from here on, guys. Much, much harder. Like, there's no way in hell for me to control that head now. You know, like, there's literally nothing that I can do. Luckily, I took Cardial out quick. The head of Rat and his passive was not extremely, extremely painful, but we almost lost Rathalos. Now, if I'm using this skill right now, I feel like it's going to be a waste, but I'm still going to do it just in case if the Head of Suffering will take a turn before the Head of before the Head of Decay, which I don't think is going to happen. Oh, it did. Perfect, perfect. So we saved that ally protection on them and reflect damage, which is great. Let's put some hacks on them and try to put decreased speed at least on the Head of Decay and try to go full speed ahead to take the Head of Suffering down before it's going to get shielded and it's going to be much harder to kill it, you know. I wish I would have put a revive on that with Cardial, because the Head of Rat is about to take a turn and that is nasty. That is nasty. Ooh, okay. It was not as nasty as I thought. So defense down. The head of Blight is going to get saved, which is fine. It doesn't matter. I want to go for the Head of Decay now. I'm gonna have to try and take it down. I know I'm going to lose some damage here, but that's fine. So let's make sure we're doing this. And yeah, full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. The Head of Decay needs to go. The Head of Decay needs to go. An AoE. I like when I have that. I wish I would have procced the refresh accessory or something. Mishi, proc your passive too. We gotta take the Head of Rat down as well. Okay. Oh, this is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I was gonna say this is dangerous because I literally saw that I had taken a turn as well straight after he proc the passive, but seems like we are safe. We are safe, and we managed to do a pretty good recovery, you know. So even though we lost the champion quite a while ago, we are still doing very, very well, you know. Like just understanding the mechanics of the Hydra and understanding how to control the flow of the battle is game-changing, how you may notice. And of course, having champions capable of allowing you to control the flow of the battle is super, super important too. So I cannot stress that out enough. Here we go. Not doing too bad for the moment. Not doing too bad for the moment. And I'll be focusing on that head. There's no point to target anyone else. Okay. Head of Mischief is out. We gotta take the wheel again. Can we have block buffs, please? We can. And what's this RNG? This is the most horrendous RNG ever. Like every time we're trying to spread block buffs from a different head to the Mischief, we never get it. Like ever. What was the chance here as well? Like, it was such a low chance and bang, it still happened. Okay. We gotta lose some buffs now. We gotta lose some buffs. That's annoying. That's annoying. That's really annoying. I wish I was not trying to use the A3 on Acrisia because of the fear. Wow, we actually got a weak hit from the Head of Mischief. Thanks God. But I think the Thermitter still got stolen, so he's back. He's back trying to terrorize us. Give me back my champion. 381 million. We're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good. I'm not even sure who's participating in this, you know. That's like there are a few whale content creators as well, so we might see some nasty teams coming in here. So I have quite a few buffs on the head of Mischief. I don't want to use the AoE enemy max HP yet. I'm waiting for Mishinaki to put the defense down first. Oh, I don't have that available either. Okay. Ooh, reflect damage straight after we stole the remove the buffs. I feel like we had a good run, but it's coming to an end here because it's getting more and more dangerous, you know. Okay, block buffs. We spread block buffs this time around. Beautiful. But I do have to remove that reflect damage or control the fight and make sure that no AoE attacks are going in. If somebody does an AoE attack and we're hitting the head of suffering, that hero is dead. That hero is dead. So A1. You see, my Rathalos is really getting hammered. Okay. Get some healing, Rathalos. What are you doing? Yeah, we don't want to... Oh, I'm supposed to do it, actually, to kill my Acrisia, because I had revive on that. That would have been a good choice, especially that she's about to get devoured next. I just acted a bit too fast, unfortunately. Okay. Oh, we haven't stole the buffs from the Head of Mischief. That's annoying. We haven't removed them. But we have no more reflect damage, which is fine. So let's put block buffs again on everybody. Oh, my Rathalos is... And he has that pain link too. So when we're going to deal damage on the head of suffering, he was going to get wrecked too. But luckily we had a cleanse, which saved the situation there. Okay, we got hacks. Block buffs on the Head of Mischief, so he stops being annoying. And I need an AoE attack ASAP. Please be AoE. Ah, it wasn't AoE, but we saved our Acrisia. I want to take down the head of Decay fast, you know. I want to reach 400 million, man. Come on, let me do it. Let me do it. I know we can. Cardial in 3 turns. Oh, we're on boss turn count 250. Damn. Ah, man, seriously. Seriously. You were about to go down and you cleansed right before you went down and you took my defense down. And everything from the Head of Mischief. Okay. That was unfortunate. But we are going to put block buffs. Head of Mischief got my champion. Okay. You know what's the problem here? Weak hits, and I don't have... Okay, Brimstone, come on. I don't have hacks on the Head of Mischief. Oh yes, please, Acrisia. I love you. I love you. We haven't got messed up by the RNG there, so we managed to target the right enemy. I'm so close to 400. Let me do it. Let me do it. Let me do it. Who's getting devoured? Mishinaki is getting devoured in 3 turns. So we've done 2/3 of the fight. I can't even speak anymore. 1 hour in this. I can't even speak anymore, guys. Oh no. Here we go again. The Head of Mischief. How is he getting his turn so fast? Like, I just put block buffs on him like a second ago, no? Or they took so many turns and I haven't noticed, probably. The perfect. Oh, and the head of Rat came out with the buffs right at the time when Mishinaki got devoured, so I cannot even remove the buffs, you know. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, provoke. Let me just cleanse the provoke. I'll feel safer. Okay, 1 head down. We got 400. We got 400. I feel like we're there. I cannot put these block buffs yet. It's pointless. I cannot remove the buffs either from the Head of Rat. I gotta dodge hitting that head too much because it's going to proc the passive. 400 million damage. Full cruise on Oro. I don't even care. We got 400. That was my goal. So I feel like that's gonna be pretty hard to beat. You know, it's gonna be pretty hard to beat. Let's target the Head of Mischief. We do have hacks this time on it, which is great. You know. Okay, we managed to do very well considering that we lost Krisk like a century ago, you know? I feel like that's good. That's good. Okay. Come on, get the AoE. Get the AoE. Ah, damn it. I thought that was the AoE available with the extra turn. She's going to get devoured. That will make my life a bit difficult. Ah, man, the Toxic Cloud right before she's getting devoured. Yeah, no chance to save her. That's it. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. We lost Acrisia. The RNG is crazy. The RNG is crazy on the Hydra side. It's not even on my side, you know. If only if I would have had an ally attack, I would have saved her. But yeah, now it's game over. I have 2 more damage dealers. I don't think I'll be rescuing nobody from there. That's it. Ta-da! Oh, who was that? Somebody came out. Somebody came out to play. So we managed to do 410 million damage, guys, and we have pretty good points for the Hydra Clash, you know. Krisk, he died a long time ago, but he still managed to take 50 million damage. And I have Cardiel with 32.8 million damage. He's built for damage, of course. Krisk with 49.5. Tuhanarak with 23.7. Mishinaki with 109. Acrisia with 137. Now, if I was targeting the heads for Mishinaki's passive, he was going to have more damage than Acrisia. Of course, the Hex helps as well. And then we have Rathalos Blademaster with 56.992. Almost 57 million damage. I'm actually going to keep the key. Let me show you the builds on my heroes, guys. Let me show you the builds that we used on this team. Almost 1 hour though. Almost 1 hour, right? We better take that first place because I want to give you guys the goodies. You know, I want to give you guys the goodies. So this is my Cardiel, ladies and gentlemen. He is on a lethal set. These are his total stats. For Hydra, once I'm going to put this, things will change a bit. I will ignore 20% of the target's defense. I have the speed. I have the crit damage. I still have a lot of things to max on it, but I haven't played Live Arena in a while, you know. That's Cardiel right there. Masteries, offense and support. This is my build for the Fire Knight. Krisk, he's actually not missing gear. I think we just got 3%ed a few times in a row, and that kind of like raised questions. I have a curse set on him. Total stats right here. Fairly tanky. I have full crit rate. I have a bit of crit damage. The blessing just added 38. It's not something that I intended to have on him, you know. Plus the area bonuses. The masteries give me 10% more. The affinity bonuses. So I have high crit damage on him. But 516 resistance, 362 accuracy. The accuracy is decent. Definitely more than enough for the Head of Decay. The only head that should get resisted every now and then is the Head of Suffering. But the other ones should be pretty straightforward. We shouldn't get resisted on the other ones. Then we have Mishinaki, Savage and Perception. These are his total stats. 6.8k defense, 251 speed, full crit, 263 crit damage, 400 accuracy. Masteries, War Master S tier 6, support. Masteries for Krisk, I don't think I showed you guys. War Master as well. And how you may notice, I have Cruelty on Krisk and I have Cruelty on Mishinaki. The next champion is Tuhanarak, which for whatever reason is in the vault. She is on a Reflex set. Total stats, 63k HP, 4.6k defense, 300 speed, 71 crit rate, 260 crit damage, 440 accuracy. I only have 70 crit rate because Cardiel will buff crit rate anyway, guys. And most of the time she will crit. She deals pretty good damage too. And these are her masteries. War Master S tier 6. Then we have Acrisia, Relentless, and crit damage. Total stats, 54k HP, 2.9k defense, 254 speed. Once I'm going to put this actually, because I keep forget to select them. You see, we have more speed, 338 crit damage. So this makes a lot of damage, man. Like having such a high crit damage, you know, and ignoring the defense too. Relentless is definitely pumping a lot of damage on her. And then I have Rathalos on a Merciless set, 1 refresh accessory, a counterattack accessory, total stats, almost 7,000 attack, 35k HP, 2.5k defense, 200 speed. I wish I would have had more speed on him, but I had to drop the Rathalos set for it. Full crit rate, 280 crit damage. He doesn't require accuracy or resistance, and masteries, offense, and defense 3. War Master as a tier 6. That was all for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully we're going to bring the victory home. Appreciate every single one of you guys watching. Don't forget to copy paste your in-game ID, guys, and put it in the comments down below to enter the giveaway. Much love, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.